welcome to Grand Prairie Update. I'm Don Johnson.
And I'm Terry Briggs. Here's what's happening in your city.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me.
Prairie Lights is back on at Joe Pool Lake in Grand Prairie. The popular holiday drive-through had to close for 6 nights because of flooding. A temporary road was built to steer cars away from the high water so the event could reopen. Although the new road bypasses about 25% of the lighted displays, the city is making up for it by discounting entry rates by $5 on weekdays, $10 on weekends.
We think with those added discounts and the media attention, we are confident that our Prairie Lights numbers can be just as successful, and we also know that our Prairie Lights guests will have an incredible experience.
Weather permitting, Prairie Lights runs nightly through January 3rd. Besides the drive-through, there's a walk-through lighted forest, carnival rides, a choreographed light show, photos with Santa, food and beverages. For updates, rates, and more information, go to prairielights.org or call 972-237-GLOW.
Here's another way to help local charities. Buy the latest edition of the Grand Prairie City Ornament. The 2015 edition is made from cedar discs and designed by the city's First Lady, Rebecca Jensen. It comes in a bag of 3 discs already chalked with Noel, peace, and love. You can also select 3 blank discs and decorate them yourself. The chalk is included. The ornament sells for $10, and all the proceeds go to Grand Prairie charities. The ornament is available at City Hall, the Tourist Information Center, the Main Library, Warmack Library, and the Summit. The 2016 edition of the Grand Prairie City Calendar is ready for you to take home. The popular calendar features the work of local and regional photographers, both amateurs and professionals. Hundreds of images are submitted each year, and then it's up to a panel of judges to select the photos that are published. Officials say more than 10,000 copies are distributed each year. As always, the Grand Prairie City Calendar is free. It's available at numerous locations which are listed on the city's website at gptx.org. Open carry is coming to Texas on January 1st. The new state law allows licensed handgun owners to carry their weapons in the open in a belt or shoulder holster. It requires the same training and legal qualifications currently needed for a handgun license. It designates law enforcement officers as the only ones allowed to ask for proof of a license and only under certain conditions. It has some restrictions, including courts, secured parts of airports and public safety buildings, polling places, and schools. Private property owners who want to be gun-free must post the appropriate signs or verbally notify handgun owners.
We have seconded by Councilmember Clemson.
Here's what the law means for Grand Prairie.
Let's vote.
All city buildings and property will be open carry, except for the municipal court and some areas of the public safety building.
Because a city's buildings are considered public, there's very limited areas in which we can prohibit handguns.
The city's firearms policy remains in effect, so employees will not be allowed to open carry unless a handgun is required for their job.
We basically want the peace officers who've been trained tactically to deal with situations where there's a threat. They are really armed with the best data and information to handle those most appropriately.
City Grand Prairie, how can I help you?
Employees are being trained to expect armed customers, respect their rights, and offer the same professional service they give unarmed customers.
792, show me out on David Charles 4.
And police have new guidelines and procedures for the way they interact with open carry citizens.
We have trained our officers to make sure that we have reasonable suspicion to believe that they are not justified in openly carrying or that the person is involved in another type of criminal offense. In addition, our police officers have the right to disarm a license holder to protect the license holder, the police officer, or another person. The weapon will be returned to the license holder if they are not arrested for another offense.
If you'd like to learn more about Texas Open Carry, the Police Department is hosting an open forum on December 30th at 6:30 p.m. at the Public Safety Building. That's it for this edition of Grand Prairie Update.
Hope you'll join us again next time.